Today on the podcast, I'll share my list of 5 things you should do while pregnant with twins or more.
You are listening to the Life with Multiples podcast, the show for new and expectant parents of twins, triplets, and more.
We're Chris and Kathleen, your hosts and triplet parents. We've survived life with multiples, and you will too.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Life with Multiples podcast. And on this episode, Kathleen is going to give you a list of 5 things that she recommends doing for yourself while pregnant with twins, triplets, or more. Because, like Kathleen, for many of you, your multiples pregnancy may be your only pregnancy, and we know you want to enjoy it as much as possible while being as healthy as possible for you and your babies. So this is a bit of a specialized self-care list for moms of multiples to be.
Number 1, get lots of rest. Rest is super important to all of us, whether we're pregnant or not. But when your body is busy creating a few humans, getting proper rest is important to both you and your baby's health. We highly recommend you listen to your body and get rest when needed. This also means going to bed on time. When I was pregnant, I routinely went to bed between 8:30 and 9 p.m., and it was one of the most glorious things I did all day. As people will no doubt tell you over and over again, sleep now before your babies arrive. We generally like to keep it positive here at Life with Multiples, but let's straight talk on this one. They're right. Sleep now, take day naps, morning naps, go to bed as early as you need to because sleep may become very elusive in the days and weeks after your baby's birth. So ensuring you're not overtired and worn out before they get here is vital. Getting lots of rest does not mean you should become sedentary, unless this is recommended by your doctor. But regular naps and rest is important to you and your babies. We're going to give you more on staying active later, but if you find yourself feeling uncomfortable while sleeping, consider buying a pregnancy wedge pillow or something to support your growing belly. Number 2, eat well with lots of snacks. Eating healthy foods and staying hydrated is extremely important during your pregnancy. Be sure to stock your desk, purse, or bag with healthy snacks you can munch on throughout the day. If you have coverage through your work or health plan, consider making an appointment with a dietitian who is experienced with multiple birth pregnancies. Your OB or midwife may be able to refer you to someone within the hospital they're affiliated with who can meet with you to discuss meal planning and how many calories your pregnant body needs. I saw a dietitian about midway through my pregnancy and walked away with some really good tips and a better idea of how frequently I should be eating and what foods to stock my cupboards with. I want to share a few of those tips with you now. So eat approximately every 1.5 to 2 hours. This means a small snack, not a meal. Just something to help to keep you from getting hungry. The snack could be a small serving of yogurt, an apple, or other fruit, small cut up veggies and hummus. Basically, try to avoid getting hungry. If you're feeling your stomach rumble, you've probably gone too long without eating. Remember, your body is making 2 or more humans and needs fuel. 2, take a prenatal vitamin and talk to your doctor or midwife about other supplements like iron or vitamin D that you may need. Your body will direct the majority of nutrients from your food to your babies, so it's important to ensure you're getting enough for yourself as well. It's best to seek professional advice before you start taking any extra supplements and to follow their orders around the frequency and dose. When I was pregnant, I was prescribed a strong prenatal vitamin that I took twice daily with iron and vitamin D supplements along with folic acid. I felt like an old person with my days of the week vitamin holder, but it kept me on track to ensure that none of my doses were missed. Don't eat junk food just because you're pregnant. The one awesome thing about being pregnant is that most likely your friends and family will not judge you for eating a bit of junk food. Blame it on a craving and they'll basically let you eat almost anything within reason. While it's okay to enjoy a few indulgences, try to remember that later on in the pregnancy, you are not gaining weight for your babies, but just packing on pounds you'll have to shed later. Your body is doing a lot of work and needs nutritious foods to do a good job of it. Number 3, stay active within reason. There's no reason to drop all of your regular pre-pregnancy activities once you learn you're expecting twins. In fact, I was encouraged to keep up with my regular routine by my OB. If you work out regularly, keep doing that, but be mindful of your body and make adjustments as needed. You may alter your routine later from running to maybe something like biking outdoors or walking. If you normally took the stairs every day up to your office or home rather than the elevator, there is no reason to change that once you're pregnant. Becoming sedentary or drastically altering your daily life may actually not be the best for you or your babies. We encourage you to speak with your healthcare provider about what activities you should curtail and the other ones that are okay. If your doctor or midwife advises you to limit certain activities, or if you're put on bed rest, it's vitally important that you follow their advice. But until then, enjoy your life and stay active. Many of these activities that you did before your pregnancy are good for your mental health, as it can be stressful carrying twins, triplets, and more. I was quite stressed out and anxious for the first half of my pregnancy, so keeping up with my regular life as much as possible was important to keep things feeling normal and consistent. I kept working till 29 weeks and took the subway to and from work every day until the end. The only modification I made in my last week at work was to take the elevators in the subway system rather than the stairs. This little bit of consistency and keeping things normal, I think helped me feel, more positive and better at the beginning of the pregnancy. Number 4, spend time with people who make you happy. Let's face it, that's good advice for every stage, day, and minute of your life. But when you're pregnant with multiples, and especially if you're feeling scared or anxious, spending time with the friends you really love and make you laugh is essential. These are the people who will listen to you with a straight face when you cry about the weather. True story. And then know when to gently transition you out of your meltdown with a funny joke, story, or delicious treat. These are also the people who will let you be the pre-baby you and not only want to talk about the pregnancy. I wanted to add a note on that last point. It's really important to not let the pregnancy take over your entire life. It can be tiring to have people only ask about how you're feeling with that slightly sad and pitied look on their face, and to feel like you don't really exist any longer outside of being pregnant. Like we said earlier, being pregnant with multiples can be a bit scary. I was terrified of what lay ahead and would not have made it through the pregnancy or the initial few months without some of our closest friends. Whether these people are near or far, don't hesitate to reach out and share how you're feeling or book some hangout time. All right, so far my tips have been get lots of rest, eat well with snacks, stay active within reason, and spend time with people who make you happy. And in just a second, I'll give you my 5th and final tip for your twin pregnancy.
We'd like to tell you about the Life with Multiples Academy. It's a private members area that we've created especially for parents of multiples, so that you can get the tools and information you need.
Having twins, triplets, or more is a unique experience, and getting the right information at the right times is essential for a happy and healthy life with multiples. So whether you're currently pregnant with twins or have already welcomed your babies into the world, the Life with Multiples Academy is where you can get the answers you need.
Your membership will give you access to our growing library of multiple specific prenatal and parenting information, training videos, and downloadable resources. And it's also a way to connect directly with us and other parents of multiples who can help give you advice and answers to all of your questions.
Don't make life with multiples harder than it needs to be. Join us in the Life with Multiples Academy and make your new life easier.
We'd love for you to be part of this growing community and can't wait to meet you inside.
To learn more, head over to lifewithmultiples.com/join. And now for my 5th and final tip. Number 5, enjoy your pregnancy. One of the things that worried me most when I found out I was having triplets was the fear that I would not be able to enjoy my one and only pregnancy due to all the risks and potential complications. I had always looked forward to being pregnant and was sad I was only going to get to do it once and that it was going to be so intense. The first 2 months were filled with a lot of questions and uncertainty, and I felt a little cheated out of that normal pregnant experience I had dreamed about. As the weeks went on, I learned to relax and enjoy the moment. My mother-in-law gave me some fantastic advice that became our mantra during the pregnancy. She said, "Don't worry until there's something to worry about." Once I adopted that mantra, I was able to put the risk in perspective and enjoy the whole experience more. I enjoyed seeing my babies each week on the ultrasound monitor, and Chris and I would high-five each other at my weekly weigh-ins. I even made a game of who could guess my weight at work. I had a hard time finding people who'd wager a guess, but I certainly enjoyed their shocked faces when I told them my weight. I stopped working at 29 weeks, and Chris and I were very fortunate to spend the final 3 weeks of my pregnancy together. We went on walks with our dog, sat in parks, read books. Today, I look back on those days as some of my favorite moments with him, and I feel they brought us so close together. Enjoy your pregnancy. So that's my list of 5 things you should do while pregnant with twins or more. Once again, they are: get lots of rest, eat well with lots of snacks, stay active within reason, spend time with the people who make you happy, and finally, enjoy your pregnancy.
All right, so that wraps up another episode of the Life with Multiples podcast.
If you're a new or expectant parent of multiples, the Life with Multiples Academy is the place to get the information and answers you need.
To learn more, head over to lifewithmultiples.com/join.